Would you want Brady or would you want Pat Mahomes?
Patrick Mahomes. I don't really think it's close at this current time. Mahomes is the most talented quarterback in the league, and he can just do things that Brady can only dream of. And even if he dreamed, he would wake up and like, man, I can't do that. I would need to apologize to Patrick Mahomes. Skip, Brady just doesn't look right currently. 3 games into the season, he's highly agitated all the time. He's frustrated all the time. Every down, a drop pass or a missed assignment, he's yelling and screaming. He's throwing tablets. Even more so. I can see, late in the season, come on, guys, we got to get it right. But now we're only 3 games. I mean, he was doing this 2 games into the season. And so for me, and if you look at Tom, where he was last year and where he is this year, completion percentage is down, yards per game is down, yards per attempt is down. He's only throwing for 224 yards a game. That's 88 yards down from where it was last year. Mahomes is 4th in QBR. Brady is 17th. His QBR this year, Brady's QBR this year is 48. That's below average, between 0 and 100. 50 being average, he's under that. Mahomes, 8 touchdowns, 1 interception. Brady, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. KC is 4th in scoring. Tampa's 22nd. And Brady has yet to produce a game in which he scores 20 points. So for me, and I don't want to hear about weapons, because Patrick Mahomes is doing this without who? You just told me Tyreek Hill might be the most dangerous thing ever in the NFL, especially with a football in his hand, and Patrick Mahomes no longer has that. I don't want to hear anything about offensive line, because when they went into the Super Bowl and Patrick Mahomes had 5 different starting offensive linemen, you never made that excuse for Patrick Mahomes. So I don't want to hear about Goedeke. I don't want to hear about a 3rd-string left tackle. I don't want to hear about a right tackle playing center. I don't want to hear it, because those concessions you never made for Patrick Mahomes. You make concessions for Tom Brady. You don't make for any other quarterback. Why? Because you want to keep him there, Skip. I don't care how great you are. Eventually, somebody will pass you in this game. That's just the way it is. You know that, and I know that. So I want you to try to refute anything about the numbers, because Patrick Mahomes is doing it without Tyreek. I don't want to hear about offensive linemen, because we saw Patrick Mahomes and you didn't make those excuses. Give me Patrick Mahomes right now over Tom Brady. And there are a lot of other quarterbacks, too, over Tom Brady right now.
Really? Wow.
I don't want to hear nobody he did this with 6-game winning drives. I don't want to hear nobody Super Bowl. We talk about right now. The question was right now, not what you've accomplished, right at this very moment. Take it away. This is your turn. You got the floor.
Everything you just said is highly comical to me. I am having to bite my lip to keep from laughing at everything you just said.
Go ahead.
Because it's Saturday Night Live routine-ish to me. I'll give you this.
No, don't give me
If on Sunday, these 2 quarterbacks went out by themselves with a bunch of coaches on the field running them through combine drills, I believe that Patrick would beat Tom Brady in combine drills this Sunday out on a neutral field, wherever they're going to play. And yet, I think the game is played 11 on 11, and it's called football. Yeah. It's not combine, it's called football.
That's exactly what it's called. Look at Tom Brady's numbers in a football game.
Okay, so here's what I know. Last year with Tyreek Hill.
Right now!
Hey, stop it! It is my turn.
You going back to last year.
Time out. It is my turn. I gave you all of your phony baloney that you spewed all over the table. It is my turn. It is my turn. Last year, Patrick Mahomes with Tyreek, with Kelsey, with all of the above, with Andy Reid, he ranked 13th in grade by Pro Football Focus because he had a miserable year by your standards. He's a transcendent thrower of the foot. Baloney he is. He is one of the worst throwers of the football I have ever witnessed. He has the worst footwork this side of Aaron Rodgers throwing the football. See the last pass at Indiana. They just lost to the freaking Colts up there that looked pathetic, dead in the water. Should have won that game. And Patrick Mahomes has a clutch chance to throw a pass that, if completed, will set up the walk-off game-winning field goal. And what does he do? He goes shortstop, sidearm, flat-footed. Nope. Ball gets tipped up in the air. Interception. It's classic what's wrong with Patrick Mahomes.
So, in other words, that field goal kicker was going to walk it off from 54 after he just shanked the 34.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was going to be inside 54. If you complete that pass, it's going to be a 48-yard field goal.
Okay.
All right. So all I know for sure about Tom Brady is that Last year, he was graded #1 in the league. I guess he just fell off the cliff this year. And going into this year, would you believe that the sport you played, you're in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. All the players in the league collectively voted the best player in the league going into this season was Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. Period. End of story. Case closed. It's as simple as that. So what has happened to Tom Brady so far this year? Well, I used to make the joke that up in Foxborough, he'd go out 2 hours before kickoff and he'd point up in the stands, you, and you. You three guys from Dorchester, come on down. We'll get them fitted, put a helmet on them, put some pads on them, because I got to try to win a game with those guys. Now he's dealing with 3 guys from Sarasota, because look at his targets this year, the total targets for the 3 games. Guess who leads the team in targets? Last year was Chris Godwin, followed by Mike Evans, followed by Antonio Brown, followed by Rob Gronkowski. Guess who leads the team in targets through 3 games? A slot receiver forced to play a wideout position, an X or a Y. Russell Gage leads with 21 targets. Are you kidding me?
Did they sign him in free agency?
Tom Brady has to be.
Who was the first player they signed?
Tom Brady has to be somewhere shaking his head saying, I came back for Russell Gage. Guess who? Wait, I'm just getting started. Guess who's #2 on the targets list for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers so far through 3 games? Little Scotty Miller, who almost got cut in training camp. He was on the bubble, and the reporters covering the team speculated Scotty Miller would not make the team. Russell Gage has 21 targets so far. Scotty Miller has 17 targets. Somewhere Tom Brady's shaking his head saying, I came back for this. I risked my family life for this.
Yep, you sure did.
You sure did. Guess who's 3rd in targets on the team? How about Bashad Perriman with 12? What? Bashad Perriman with 12? You're kidding me. And we have to go all the way down to 11 targets to find Cameron Brate tied with Mike Evans, who did not play last week, as you well know, in a game against the Green Bay Packers.
But when they signed Russell Gage in free agency, you loved that.
You loved it. He's an added little piece as a potential slot.
That's not what you said at the time they signed him. Now he's an added little piece.
Was he Antonio Brown? No, he's not Antonio Brown.
Skip.
He's the best you could do.
Skip. That's not what you said at the time they signed him. You loved it.
Did they sign him as an X or a Y? Did they sign him as a wide receiver? No, they signed him as a slot receiver.
They signed him as a receiver. Now, where he plays, he can play slot.
No, he's never played anywhere but the slot.
Okay, I want to one more thing. You said the players that voted Tom Brady #1, was it those same players that voted Lamar Jackson like in the 60s? Was it those same players? Those same players?
Well, I don't know.
What don't you know?
I know that they voted Tom Brady #1, and I know that you can't defend it. I know that you're speechless.
Right now.
Speechless.
Talk about right now.
Okay,
No.
That was entering this year.
Hold up, Jen Hale.
You can't ask Jen for help.
I need her to read. The question.
Stop it.
Because maybe it's me. Hold on.
I'm doing right now. I just gave you the target.
So why are you talking about last year? I need you to talk about the first 3 games right now.
Okay, let's talk about the first game. Who did they have to deal with in game #1? 11 from heaven. I've been raving about him all offseason. Micah, I told you, my defense is top 5, and Micah got to Tom Brady twice. Why did he get to him twice? Well, let's see. Is it because he's starting a rookie left guard? Is it because he's starting a guy who had no business starting at center, who had never played center in his life, who was not drafted to be a center? Yes, Robert Hainsey out of Notre Dame, a 3rd-round pick. Is he drafted? No, he didn't even know how to put the ball between his legs. He'd never done it before.
But Skip,
Micah feasted on that.
Skip, I give you that. But why didn't you do that when Patrick Mahomes had 5 new offensive linemen within a 2-week span in the Super Bowl? Why didn't you make that?
At least they were experienced offensive linemen. They were experienced. They were all experienced. Every one of them. They played. I wish I'll go back and total up the games they started.
So let me ask you a question. So the guy at left tackle, he's never played left tackle before. Mm-hmm. The guy at left guard, he's never played left guard before.
What are you talking about?
And the guy that's playing left tackle for the Bucs now, the guy that's playing left guard, he's never played that position before in his life. Is that what you're telling me?
No.
Okay,
he's a rookie out of North Dakota State.
They got experience playing that. Hold on. At least he's been practicing that position in training camp.
All right.
He didn't just get thrown in. These guys just didn't play until the Super Bowl.
Okay, but they'd all played many years. They had much years of experience.
Now it's experience.
Well, I think it's called experience.
So Scotty Miller's never played in the NFL. Russell Gage has never played in the NFL.
Scotty Miller ever been a starter?
No, then you go change it again. You didn't mention anything about starting. Okay. You said experience. Has Scotty Miller or Russell Gage ever played a game in the NFL? Yes or no?
Sure they have. So what? So has Russell Gage ever played at the wideout position? No, he's never played. Never.
So what's he been playing? What's he been playing?
Slot.
Skip, do you know that guys can move from the slot to the outside the numbers, outside the inside?
Okay, I do know that wide receivers like CeeDee Lamb occasionally line up inside, but pure slot receivers, see Cole Beasley, who just got up off his couch to play for Tom Brady against the Green Bay Packers, never lined up outside for the Dallas Cowboys. Not once. I don't ever remember him lining up at a wideout position. Not once. Yeah. Russell Gage is a slot receiver.
See what you do?
No, I'm doing it. I'm doing the truth. That's what I'm doing.
Every excuse for Tom Brady. Talk about the numbers. Okay, give me the numbers. Give me his numbers.
Okay, so here's the point. He has to deal with Micah Parsons and company. Then he has to deal with the New Orleans defense at New Orleans. Time out. I think I'm speaking right now.
Not the New Orleans.
A New Orleans defense that had owned him for 4 previous regular season games, including 2 at Tampa, in which he had scored 3 points and 0 points. And he has to go to New Orleans, and he loses Mike Evans, who gets thrown out of the game early in the fourth quarter. And he's throwing to little Scotty Miller and Russell Gage. Are you kidding me? And he's down to his third string left tackle, not his starter, not his backup.
Oh, he's played before.
Down
he has
to his
experience.
third string.
Has he played left tackle before ever in his life?
In his life, he has.
Okay,
has he ever played an NFL game? Never.
There you go.
Had Patrick Mahomes, all those offensive linemen played in many NFL games.
You talking the New Orleans Saints, the one that lost to Carolina? That was 0-2, that New Orleans defense?
The team that had owned Tom Brady. That team gave him all he could handle until mid-fourth quarter when he throws a strike to, wait a second, Bashad Perriman? It was an all-timer from Brady, a cross-field pass to the far corner of the end zone to win the game, to break open the game. It was a big-time throw.
Why would Bashad Perriman be in the game? You've got little or no respect for him.
Well, they're down to Bashad Perriman. And then that brings us to Green Bay at home, and all of a sudden, you have to get Cole Beasley up off his couch on Monday to come practice on Wednesday because you have nobody left. Nobody wanted Cole Beasley. Tom Brady said, well, I'm desperate. I'll take a chance. And they throw him in the starting lineup the next Sunday with little to no reps with Tom Brady. You barely scratch the surface, and all of a sudden, you're throwing big passes. He threw him 5 balls during the game.
So let me ask you a question. Patrick Mahomes is throwing to a guy named, what's his name, Justin Watson. Can you tell the people at home who Justin Watson is?
Yep, he's throwing him some passes.
No. I need you to explain to the people at home, for the people at home that's not educated enough, that don't keep up with the game like you and I do, can you explain to the people who Justin Watson is?
Yeah, Justin Watson is from Penn, and Tom Brady's first year in Tampa Bay, when he turned around the whole program, he changed the whole culture in Tampa Bay and was on his way to winning the Super Bowl for a team that went 7-9 and was wait a minute. You asked me and I'm answering. He is on his way. He is on his way to winning the Super Bowl for a team called the Buccaneers.
In other words, people at home, Justin Watson was a guy that played with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that they released because he wasn't good enough. That's the guy that Patrick Mahomes is throwing to right now. So getting all that hullabaloo, I cut to the chase for you.
Well, they cut Justin Watson because he threw him a couple balls, and the first one got pick 6 because they were not on the same page.
And that's who Patrick Mahomes is throwing to right now.
You know what? I don't remember him throwing balls to Justin Watson at Indiana.
He just threw him a touchdown. He did throw him one. He got knocked down. He threw him a touchdown in week 2. Remember?
I know that, but I don't remember him in Indianapolis. I think he's falling out of the rotation.
Okay, I get all this.
He's one of those little Scotty Millers. He can fool you if you, like Patrick said.
It's about numbers. And you say Pro Football Focus got him graded. Okay, where does Pro Football Focus got Brady graded now? What's his QBR now? What's his touchdowns now? We're talking about right now.
I just explained. His degree of difficulty is the highest it's been in his career.
Is he the GOAT?
He's a 45-year-old GOAT.
No. Is he the GOAT? Stop making excuses.
Well, is he the GOAT? Why are you asking the question? You know he's the GOAT.
Okay, then. So I don't want to hear anything else about what he's working with. If he is what you said he is, make wine out of water.
Well, he did. He went 89 yards against the Green Bay Packers with 2 minutes to go. He did what he always does at the supremest, highest level. 89 yards, he marches them, and he throws a fastball of a strike to Russell Gage in the end zone to look like set up a 2-point conversion, and then he's screaming, he's clapping for the football, and Robert Hainsey, starting his third game in his life at center, doesn't snap the football, and they get a delay of game, and they wind up and all of a sudden it's 7 yards to score 2 points, and they fail.
So I'm going to get this right. Now, every time the delay of game, they normally put the delay of game on the quarterback. Now, all of a sudden, if Tom Brady gets the delay of game, it's they.
Is he clapping for the ball?
Why are you clapping? Hold on, let me ask you a question.
Snap it.
You do realize they scored a touchdown. They go up and review it. So what the hell was Tom Brady doing then?
I don't know.
Exactly, you don't know.
What was Byron Leftwich doing? What was Todd Bowles doing? I don't know.
Tom Brady. Tom Brady is the quarterback. See, when they win the Super Bowl, you ain't mentioned Byron Leftwich. You ain't mentioned Todd Bowles in that defense. Now all of a sudden your guy gaffes. You blame everybody else again. I want you to talk about in these 3 games right now. Did Robert
Hainsey have time to snap the football when called upon?
Did Tom Brady have a chance in 3 games to have a better quarterback rating than 17th? Does he have an opportunity to have more than 3 touchdowns? Does he have that opportunity?
Degree of difficulty.
Skip, what degree of difficulty? I don't want Simone Biles don't talk about no degree of difficulty. She's the best in the world. She completes the task. Don't give me degree of difficulty.
I'm going to give you degree of difficulty. What does Simone Biles have to do with what's her degree of difficulty? What is it?
Because the degree of difficulty is the somersaults, the biles, the routine that she completes.
It's a solo act.
Skip.
You don't have to depend on anybody. Tom Brady has to depend on an undrafted free agent rookie left tackle.
Hold on. Skip. In all you talk about is that throw, the game-winning drive. You don't mention anybody else until Tom Brady falters. And the moment he falters, you start pulling guys out the yin-yang. Talk about right now.
You know, all I know is in the best of all worlds, if you ask a group of players in this league right here, right now, you want Mahomes or Brady, any group of players, any team, they're going to sit back and think, gee, it wasn't that long ago that Brady went to Kansas City and in overtime of an AFC Championship game.
That was 2018.
It wasn't that long ago.
That was 2018.
Wait. I think I'm talking now. I think I'm talking. And Tom Brady in overtime against Patrick Mahomes converted 3 straight 3rd and 10s.
Hold on.
That's impossible. That's unheard of. That's unprecedented. 3 straight 3rd and 10s to win the game.
Was that Patrick Mahomes on defense, or was that because what did Patrick Mahomes do to get the game to overtime?
Okay, well, it wasn't that long ago, only 2 years ago. They went head-to-head in the Super Bowl, and guess who outplayed the young gun, the transcendent throw of the football? We've never seen anything like it. He could throw it between his legs. He could throw it behind his back. He could throw it left-handed. He could throw it with his tongue. He could throw it. He could kick it with his head.
What about the 5 new offensive linemen that he had?
Well, they'd all played in the league before.
Hold on. Scotty Miller's played in the league. Rashad Perriman has played in the league. Scotty Miller's played in the league. Russell Gage played in the league. Cameron Brace played in the league. Come on, Skip.
Boy, you're talking about JAGs now. Just another guy.
So what about those 5? What about those 5?
They all started. They were all heralded.
Skip.
All of them respected.
Skip, you do realize there's 32 teams. You got to trot out 22 starters. Everybody is not Everybody is not Zach Martin. Everybody is not Trent Williams.
Yeah.
So stop pretending like they are.
You do realize there's a way to master the position of quarterback, and it's called getting rid of the football.
Why hadn't he done it in these first 3 games?
Well, are they 0-3?
Why haven't they done it in his first 3 games? So hold on. Why he only got 3 touchdowns then?
Extraordinary.
Why hadn't he only got 3 touchdowns?
Okay, so he did just enough. He did all that he needed to do to beat the Dallas Cowboys,
What about Green Bay?
Because we had Dak Prescott.
What about Green Bay?
Okay, what about Green Bay? He drove them 89 yards to a touchdown with the clock winding down. They were right where they needed to be until the center didn't snap the football on time.
That's the center's fault. Okay, let me ask you a question. So the opening drive, they go get 3. So what happened between the opening drive and the final drive that Tom Brady?
How good is Green Bay on defense? Would you say they're top 10?
Not good. So how good is Tom Brady at quarterback?
Okay, wait, did he have Mike Evans in that game? Did he have Chris Godwin in that game? Did he have Julio in that game? He's had Julio for 1 spectacular throw at Dallas, 48 yards. It was a thing of beauty.
But you told me he could take these guys from Dorchester.
Yeah.
Okay, take those guys.
Well, he did. He did everything but go 3-0. They're saying if Hainsey just snaps the ball, he's still got 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Just snap the freaking football.
Why did Tom Brady let the clock run down? He wanted to call a timeout. You got no timeouts, Tom. You can't call what you don't have.
He's trying to change a play, and he's looking to the flanks.
Tick, 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 tick. Clock's running down. Tick, 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 tick. You can't change it.
Guess who's out at the X position at this point? Wait, Russell Gage? He's never played it before.
Hold on. Have he played receiver before? Has he played football in the NFL before?
Guess who his slot receiver is on the two-point try? Cole Beasley's looking at him like deer in headlights, what are you saying?
Has Cole Beasley ever played football before? You just told me the lineman for Green Bay had played, the guys from Kansas City had played before. Everybody you mentioned had played before. So your argument is false. It fell flat again.
Did it really?
You got him again, guys.
Shannon, you lost again.
No, you didn't. No, I didn't.
Any team in this league, given the choice right now, they'd say, give me the GOAT.
No, Skip,
give me
you and I both know.
Give me the GOAT.
He got distractions going on. There are distractions going on. You know it and everybody knows it.
It's been widely reported the distractions have been going on much longer than just this season.
Whoa. I'm not talking about that. They hadn't impacted him like they impacted him this season.
And you're saying he's so animated, he's over-emotional. He's throwing to little Scotty Miller as a primary target.
The guy from
against Green Bay, he had to throw a team high, game high, 8 targets to little Scotty Miller. It won't work. He's a slot receiver, split out at the wideout.
Hold on, I need to call somebody to care about them excuses you're making. That's what I need to do, because I ain't trying to hear them.
They're not excuses.
Yes,
they are facts.
Yeah, you are.
They are facts, and you can't deal with facts.
You can't.
You can't handle the facts.
Because all you do is make excuses for Tom. You didn't make excuses for Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
I'm just making facts.
But this year, right now,
I couldn't make excuses for Patrick in the Super Bowl because he stunk.
He's
the thing. You have to get rid of the football.
Thank you. This year, Tom Brady has stunk this year.
Has he really?
Yes.
Boy, I think he's been really good.
No, that's not what his numbers say.
They came very close to going 3-0.
No. You love the numbers. He led in passing. He led in passing yards. He led in touchdowns. Okay, now he's not leading. So he stunk. He stank. He stank. Stanker than stank. Put that stank on him.
Shannon, he's made you look bad for 6 straight years.
No, he ain't making
6 straight years.
Is he making me look bad right now?
Ladies and gentlemen, for 6 straight years, this man has tried to send Tom Brady home.
All this man does is try to go back and relive history. Let's talk about right now. Is Shannon Sharpe looking bad right now? Explain to Tom Brady.
He is.
Tom Brady's 17th at QBR. He got 3 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns and 1 interception in 3 games.
Okay.
At that pace right there, he's on pace to average 17 touchdowns.
Well, let's see what happens when he gets Mike Evans back. And then he's about to get Chris Godwin back, and maybe he'll get Julio back. And you know what? You're going to be sitting over there saying, he got me again.
No.
He's going to get you again.
Get me now.
He has hurt you as much as any player has ever hurt you in your media career.
Get me now. These numbers now.
It's about to start.
No, why is it about to? Why did it stop?
Well, he's 2-1.
He the GOAT.
Are they 0-3?
He the GOAT.
Yeah.
No.
He is the GOAT.
Is Mahomes 0-3?
Wait, are you saying he's not the GOAT?
Is Mahomes 0-3?
No, he's 2-1, just like Brady.
Okay, then. Yeah. But one guy got 8 touchdowns and 1 pick. Yeah. One guy's 4th in QBR.
And one guy threw a game-ending, game-losing interception. Brady didn't do that.
No, your guy let the clock run out.
No,
your guy let the clock run out. No, your guy.
Snap it!
What are you clapping for?
Snap it!
That performance ain't worth their clapping. You stunk. He should have been doing like that. Haynes should have turned around and like.
Gentlemen.
That's what Haynes should have done to him.
Did y'all get into some cases of regular dude this morning?
No.
I think you're both on a sugar high. Oh, my goodness. We're going to let you cool off, take a little break. We'll be back in just a second. And I have a feeling you're going to get just as heated. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.